fingers crossed, they may take one of those nice blue little forms and fill that out and say, hey, we're members, and then whoopee, we got the workers for it. So welcome aboard and thanks for coming, we do appreciate it. And then just to follow up with what Joe said, yes, it's 2025, time to renew. If you need it, back here on the table, there's a very dark blue form, and you fill that out and send that in, and we'll update you on the roster, and then you're good for 2025. So, and there's also, if you are just joining us for the first time and you want to know about Active Claremont, there's one of our older brochures which talks about a lot of the things that we've done for the city in the past. So that's back there too. Help yourself. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, and without any further ado, before we get going on the presentation, I just want to talk a little bit about our speaker. So as you can see, tonight we have Miss Sadie Gribbon, Community Engagement Specialist with Ontario International Airport, and she's going to be speaking to us a little bit about some of the amenities that Ontario Airport offers, the routes, some of the expansion, and just some fun little things that are going to be important for all you to know. So, if you can please help me welcome Ms. Sadie Gribbon.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
I will just say next slide, and that's how we'll proceed.
Perfect.
So my name is Sadie Gribbon, as Joe said. I'm with the Ontario International Airport. I'm a community engagement specialist. I was born in Southern California, actually just down the street. I grew up on Reed and Niagara, so I used to come to this center all the time. Went to Claremont High School, and I'm very passionate about accessibility and transportation, as well as connecting the Inland Empire to the entire world. So I'm in the right place, I think. My role at ONT is to be a point of contact for the community and a liaison. And I'm also an avid bowler, in case anyone's curious. All right, next slide. So not everybody knows this. I think Corey might, because I feel like you've seen this presentation a few times. But ONT is actually a backdrop for a lot of movies, commercials, shows, and even some future Super Bowl commercials that are coming up this year. So we're going to start with some trivia. Joe, if you can go to the next slide for me. If somebody can name this 1960s movie, just raise your hand, starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Catch me if you can.
Right there. All right, you're the winner of our first prize.
Oh, I win.
Here we go.
I win.
Let's see how long this goes.
I win.
We're going to find out. Okay, can I make it? There you go.
Oh, we were both.
Okay, we'll go over here.
Oh, so we both win? Let's see.
All
Boy,
right.
nothing's come out.
So this was actually shot, you can see the background, the FAA, the tower behind them, that's at Terminal 1. It's still standing, and that scene was shot at our airport, which is really cool. And Joe, you can actually go forward too, because the next one is the answer. All right, name this show featuring, I know Joe has it, someone can raise their hand.
Oh, wait.
And then, all right, over there. You got it, okay.
What is it?
The Office.
Oh,
Yes. You can see our terminal signage in the back, which actually is going to be updated soon, so don't get used to that. Let's see if I have enough cord. I'm like on a little leash. Oh, here we go. This is our scented candle. We're really big on the customer experience in the customer experience. So we have a signature scent in our terminals, and that is our signature scent. It's called Clear Skies. Whenever you go in, you can enjoy a delightful smell instead of any other airport smells you might not like so much. Unless you're by Subway, then it just smells like bread and you'll be hungry. So, all right, and you can go to the next slide. The Office. All right, so ONT was established in 1923. Originally as Latimer Field. We just experienced our 100-year anniversary, which is very exciting. There was a joint powers authority formed in 2012 with the City of Ontario and the County of San Bernardino. And what that meant was originally LAWA, Los Angeles World Airports, had owned Ontario International. In 2016, that JPA, the Joint Powers Authority, took back local control. So that was really exciting. We're celebrating 9 years of local control. I remember being younger and maybe not loving the airport as much, but there have been a lot of upgrades since then, a lot more nonstop routes, a lot more emphasis on the people and not just the cargo going through the Inland Empire. Sorry, Joe, you got the toughest
That's all
job
right.
today.
I was ready for it.
In 2022, there was an economic impact study about how the airport impacts the surrounding area. One of my favorite pieces from that study is that we support over 27,000 indirect jobs surrounding the airport. That's something that's really important to the people that work and live in the Inland Empire and LA County, like Claremont. As well as we generate about $3.8 billion a year in economic activity. And mind you, this was done in 2022. We haven't had a new study on the economic impact of the airport done recently. So my guess is it would be more than that, but I can't say for sure. You can go to the next one. I don't want to overload you guys with data. We have 12 passenger carriers. You'll notice that in Terminal 4, there's only 3. That's because Southwest Airlines is our largest carrier. They do take up most of Terminal 4. And we have a new airline called Avelo Airlines. And they're at the bottom right over here. They actually are flying to Sonoma County, which was once a smaller airport, and now they have passenger carriers going through there. So if you like one, you want to go up north, there you go. They fly out on Thursdays and come back on Sunday. It's just 2 days that they service. So if you want to take a long weekend, that's the way to go. I see a question.
Where does Valeros fly?
Valeros flies to Mexico.
Oh,
We have 3 international flights, 2 to Mexico. Volaris is one, and Avianca is our other carrier to go to Mexico.
What about China Airlines?
China Airlines goes to Taipei, Taiwan. Yeah, that's a huge connector, for sure. All right, you can go to the next slide. Here are some of our 20 plus nonstop routes that were added since taking over local control. And we just added the Baltimore-Washington nonstop route with Southwest. That will begin this summer. So that's great for our commuters that are going to DC. You can go to our next slide. Oh, also, if you want to look at that list a little bit more extensively and closer up, I have some route maps in the back, as well as some goodies and some more information about the airport on the back that you can take with you. Our passenger growth, so for the month of November, I don't have December numbers yet, but for November, we saw over 568,000 passengers going through Ontario International Airport. On the last slide, it showed that we are the fastest growing airport in the country now 6 years in a row, month over month. I think we're on like 46, so it's some crazy amount of months that we're just growing every single month compared to the year prior. So that's really outstanding for us, and we're very proud of it. Our goal for 2024 was over 7 million passengers, and we are ranked #1 in California for medium-sized airports and #8 for medium-sized airports for customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Another thing we're very proud of. It's probably the candles, the signature scent that's going through there. But yeah, you can go to the next slide, Jeff. We have 3 cargo carriers. We have UPS, Amazon, and FedEx. We are the West Coast hub for UPS. Could anyone guess how many packages UPS can process in one day out of Ontario?
A lot.
It is a lot. It is definitely, you're on the nose with that one. Anyone want to guess?
100,000.
100,000? It's more than that. A million. That's how many they can process in one day. We also have Amazon, of course, and FedEx, but UPS is our largest carrier. You can go to the next one. Has anyone here used or heard of our O&T Plus Visitor Pass program? So the O&T Plus Visitor Pass program, you can go on our website, sign up for it. You just need your name, your email, and to bring your ID or a passport, and you're able to go through TSA without a plane ticket. So if you want a plane spot, if you want to walk a loved one through the terminals, if you want to enjoy one of our concessionaires or go to a Brewery X watch party, that is something that you can do. It's very easy. You can do it upon arrival. It takes about 5 minutes to complete or less, depending on how tech savvy you are, and less than 15 minutes to get your QR code, and you go right through TSA. Yeah. We're one of the few airports that offers that, one of the only in Southern California, but one of the few in the nation as well. Yeah. All right, next slide. Here are some of our concessions. We do have a lounge in both Terminal 2 and 4 called Aspire Lounge. They are not strictly for certain credit card holders. You can also pay to go to the Aspire Lounge. We have a Subway, like I said before, Chick-fil-A, Brewery X. They are one of our partners, the 50-50 partnership with them. We really want to push having local breweries and restaurants, and so that was one of our first steps. We also have a Topgolf swing suite, so you can do you could swing a golf club and make the, I don't really do it, but people do and they enjoy it. If you need a little entertainment while you're in the terminals. as well as some 24/7 options like our farmer's fridge, a ramen stop that's always getting refilled, and a Skittles machine that went viral. It got like 5 million views on TikTok. People love Skittles. I love Skittles, but wow, not everybody. I see it. Okay, I'll make sure to. If you leave a survey, you can add that at the end. M&Ms, please. All right. Okay, you can go to the next slide.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are they the same in both terminals, the exact same things?
They're not the exact same things. So we do have Dunkin' in both terminals, but Terminal 4 and Terminal 2 are separate. So Brewery X is in Terminal 2, Chick-fil-A is in Terminal 4, but if you want to go to our website, we just updated our terminal maps, and it has every single thing listed by gate and by concessions. And the Skittles machine is on there. We also have a California Science Center. If you guys have been to Terminal 4 recently, we have a partnership with California Science Center to create an immersive passenger experience. It's free. Kids love it. Adults love it. I love it. It's dark. It's quiet. It's cold. And it's really fun. You can watch whatever's happening on the displays at the California Science Center in that room. So, and you can smell Subway again. All right. Oh, pop quiz. This is for a prize, so raise your hand. In what year was ONT established?
1926.
1926.
1923 in the back corner. For that, thank you. You're getting our centennial socks. Yes.
I'm a winner.
So wear them next time you're at the airport. All right, and next one, we do have a route request. Yes, through TSA, when you take your shoes off. Unless you have pre-check, all right? That's all I'm saying. We do have route requests. So a lot of people ask me, why don't you have this or that route? Airlines look at data, they look at what the people want, and they want to make sure their planes are full when they take off from the airport, so that way they can make money. They're a business. So you can go online, scan the QR code, or just type into Google route request ONT, and you can request whatever route you're looking for. That data goes to our air service development team, and what the air service development team does is they feed them that data, / also court the airlines to make them happy. They kind of have to date them in order to get new flights, new airlines, things of that nature. So we're constantly working to get more routes. All right, next slide. We also have a parking fee estimator. If you plan on parking at ONT, it's about $18 to $24 per day, depending on what lot you park in. So you can do all of that online, and you can pre-book your parking, as well as a cost calculator. That has to do with where you're flying, your TSA wait time, your travel time from where you live, ticket costs, things of that nature. It takes all that into account, and you can compare it to all 6 of the Southern California airports in our area. Next slide, please. Thank you. We also have valet parking, which is back for a limited time. It is $40 a day. It was $60, but we brought it down. Hopefully, drive the usage up. It's on a trial basis, so we'll see how long it stays for, but it is an option. And one more thing I was talking to somebody about, which not a ton of people know about, is if you take the Metrolink out of Claremont, out of the Claremont Depot right here, you can take that to Cucamonga Station, and ONT has a shuttle that's running from Cucamonga Station to the terminals at the airport. So if you don't want to Uber and you want to take a train and have public transportation, that is an option for you. Yes?
Do you have a shuttle from Claremont
To the airport?
Yeah.
We don't currently have one that serves strictly Claremont, but I do encourage anyone who's in the region of a Metrolink station to hop on and go to Cucamonga Station. It's a quick 5-minute shuttle ride. Yeah. All right. Next slide, please. There's also Cucamonga. So I talked a little bit about Cucamonga Station, and I know you guys had someone from the Gold Line 2 months ago here. We partner with any transportation agency that we can, since we are also a transportation hub. So we are working with Brightline West, which is the bullet train from Vegas to Southern California. We have a partnership with them and the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority. I don't work for them, so I can't say where the job is, but they did break ground in August of 2022, and their goal is to be done by the Olympics in 2028 with that bullet train. That's going to bring a lot of people to the region, and we're just offering that transportation option from where it stops at Cucamonga Station to the airport. All right, raise your hand for the pop quiz. Who is the largest cargo carrier at ONT? Okay, I need someone who hasn't answered yet. I know we're paying attention. Yes, you in the back.
UPS?
That's correct, UPS. Okay. and you get our specialty deck of cards. These are just made. Ooh, wow. Beautiful. They're very fun. They're very colorful. They're distracting, so they'll win. All right. I talked at the beginning about how I'm really passionate about accessibility, not only with connecting people to the world, but also connecting people within our terminals. So we have a program called the Sunflower Program. It's a self-identifying program for individuals who have hidden disabilities. This can be cognitive, physical, any disability that you might have, you're able to be a part of this program. You can go to our Traveler's Aid Desk, which is right when you walk in before TSA. You can talk to our Oasis team, who I'll show you what they look like soon. Or you can go online and request a sunflower lanyard, and you just email them and they'll send it right to you. The point of this program is that everyone in our terminals, from TSA to Chick-fil-A, are trained to know that if you're wearing the green sunflower lanyard, you need maybe a little bit more time, patience, or grace when going through the terminals, whether you're hard of hearing or maybe have some cognitive disability. This is something that we're very passionate about. Not a lot of airports do it, so that's something that we really focus on. Some more reasons why we love O&T. We're close to all the freeways. I'm sure if you've traveled through O&T, you know that our curb to gate time, so getting through TSA to your gate, is very quick compared to other airports. Not gonna name any names. We're a medium-sized airport, so there's just less congestion, less traffic in general, and we have pre-booked parking available, like I spoke of before. All right. I was talking about our Oasis team. They're our Ontario Airport Customer Experience Specialists. That's why we call them Oasis, because it's a lot to say. Essentially, they're the helpful people that walk around the terminals 24/7. So if you're ever at the airport and you need help finding a restroom, a gate, a place to eat, they're the people you can flag down and they will help you with whatever you need help with. We also have the Paw Squad, one of my favorites. They are our therapy dogs, and they walk around with the volunteer humans who take them through the terminals. If you ever see them with their blue collars, feel free to stop them for, they have little playing cards, and they also have stickers made of them, or you can just pet them. They're nice to have around. All right, and now some updates. So we have some terminal development happening. We're improving wayfinding, so that includes inside and outside of the terminals, so either driving to the airport or while you're in there, adding more lighting, easier to read signage, things of that nature. We also are expanding our security screening. Terminal 2 and 4 were built before 2001. We didn't have to do as much TSA screening at that time, so we recently got a $7 million grant to expand our TSA area. If you've ever gone to O&T, you know you go up the escalators, but if it's busier that day, you have to wait at the bottom. So the goal is to expand it, add more lines, and make it even faster to get through O&T. That was recent. We're very excited about it. New device charging options, new seating options. We have global entry enrollment center. Well, sorry, words got away from me there for a second. And essentially what you can do is enroll in global entry at Ontario International Airport 7 days a week. You used to only be able to do it at LAX or San Diego, but now you have that option here if you're an international traveler, and it's much faster. We became a landing rights airport recently. When you travel internationally and you have to go through customs, our cargo is the same way. We used to have to send it to LA to go through customs. Now we can land it here, which means even more cargo coming through Ontario, and that also means just more economic input from the airports. That's a positive thing for us and for the community. And lastly, we're going with the Inland Empire. If you ever notice, between 2 and 4, where the heck is Terminal 3? There are talks about adding a Terminal 3 as we add more airlines and more routes. We're the only airport in Southern California that has any room for growth as far as land space and route numbers. So that's something that we're looking forward to. There's no pen to paper yet, but I am allowed to say that there is plans in the future for that, as well as a parking garage to keep the parking as close as possible to the terminals. All right, on February 8th, we have a 5K at the runway. We have over 1,000 runners right now, which is really exciting. And if you don't like to run, you can come to our community event. There's gonna be food trucks, a Brewery X beer garden, and we open up the doors to the airfield. So you can actually walk out to the airfield and see planes take off. It is really awesome. And we'll have a UPS plane station right there in the middle for people to run around. Again, if you're not a runner, just come to the event. It's really fun. If anyone you know or you own a company and you want to bid on projects, we do have an OpenGov site, so please feel free to look us up on OpenGov whenever you're looking to bid on any sort of project. And if you guys have any interest in partnerships and you want me to speak at any other clubs that you're a part of or anything of that nature, I would love to. I'm a community engagement specialist. It is literally my job. So feel free to reach out to me. And Joe, you can go to the next slide and see some more of my information just one more time. Sorry, it's a little small. I have cards as well. And that is all that I have for you folks. I just have one ask of you, if you would be so kind. I do have surveys in the back where you can write in a request you might want, something you learned today, anything of that nature. They're in the back along with some goodies, and if you fill one out and give it back to me, I'll give you this really amazing squishy stress plane. I have a lot of them, so fill it out, get a plane, all right? I think that's a fair deal. Okay, do you guys have any questions for me? Yes?
Not a question, but when I was a little kid, back in the late 50s, we would go over on Sunday morning to Ontario, and they closed the airport down and had drag races.
Wow. Was that at Terminal 1? The original terminal?
It was right down the landing strip. They
That's
closed it and had drag races.
Wow,
Sunday
that's
morning.
awesome.
It was fun as heck.
That sounds really
It was
fun.
very tiny then, and it was all dirt around it.
Yeah, I can't imagine we'd be allowed to do that today, but but it sounds like a great time. Yes.
What's going to happen at Terminal 1? Because it's kind of near and dear to my heart.
Right now, Terminal 1, we use that as an event space. I think the next event we have coming up will be this spring. Supervisor Kurt Hagman hosts a job fair. My team helps put that on. There's beautiful stained glass in there. I don't know of anything that's happening to it at the moment, besides the fact that we put on events in there. And our USO, which is the third largest in the country, is also hosted there. So, also side note, if you're looking to donate anything, our USO is accepting donations for first responders. They're looking for things like blankets, deodorant, eye drops, things of that nature. It's on our Instagram as well, but I thought I'd plug it since, USO.
So they're not going to
Not that I'm aware of. Yes.
It's a trivia question for you.
Uh-huh.
When is the last time the airport had 7 million passengers a year?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's ever had. I'm on camera right now, so don't quote me, but
Yeah,
I don't
but-
think that we've ever had 7 million passengers. It's a testament to the growth of the airport under local control, but it's also a testament to the growth of the Inland Empire. As it's growing, we're seeing more passengers, and that's a good thing.
So that's your homework, find out.
Okay, I'll come back. I'll be back next month and I'll let you know. I'm gonna tell you probably never, but I will find out for you, just for you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, do you offer any information on the charter airlines that fly out of Ontario Airport?
So that's Guardian Jet Center. I don't know much about them because they are a private company and they're not affiliated with the Ontario International Airport Authority that I work for. But if you want to take my card, I can get more information for you or connect you with somebody. Yeah. Yes.
More of a technical question, actually.
Oh, great. I love those ones.
Well, no, with regards to to wind impact, in the planes will approach the airport from the opposite direction.
Mhm.
Do other airports do that as well, or is that just something that's inherent to Ontario because of the winds coming out of the whole path?
That's a great question, and I don't know the answer because I'm not sure, but I'll ask around. I know that operations teams across the nation have to work against weather. Do they go opposite direction? Not completely sure, but I can find out. I'm coming back. I have to come back now because I got homework from 2 people. But I'll find out for you.
LAX does.
There we go.
I was just
So
gonna
then the
say
answer is yes, from Bill. Anybody else? Okay, well, thank you guys so much for your time. Again, surveys in the back equals squishy plane, okay?
Thank you, Sadie.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So, you know who's going to get this? Because-
Thank you, Sadie, that was excellent. So again, as a reminder, there's some surveys in the back. I'm sure it would do Sadie a nice favor if we could fill them out. So if you have a second, please do that. And one more final reminder, again, as well, if you haven't paid your dues, please give us some money, you could use it. And with that being said, next month, Bill, I believe we have for our speaker,
trying to get the chamber,
Chamber, yes.
but they have not gotten a new CEO yet, so we may have John come to talk, who's the chairman.
Chairman of it, yeah. And I know a lot of people were anticipating our Golden State Water meeting, which was going to originally be in February for our next meeting. Unfortunately, Golden State Water decided to
They don't
withdraw.
want to answer questions.
They wanted to withdraw from that, and they're gonna do their own informational thing or something, from what I'm aware of. So, anyway, we'll be back here again next month. Announcement will go out, the callers will make their calls. Thank you all for coming out this evening. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Get home safely. Thank you.
This is for sale now.
Oh, good. I got a call from Ben Lewis.
Yes, it's been really well.
He emailed me.
Definitely. They're always changing it. Thank you. Me
Yes, because there's one basic people. They don't know what you're asking.
They don't want to answer.
Well, the risk like that, consumption.